We have known the word hope for a very long time, I am sure. We use it a lot of times. We have read or heard it countless times. But what does it really mean? How does it feel to have hope? Tonight, we present to you these groups that shall talk to us about hope and of God's love for you, for us. He speaks to us in the events of our lives. He speaks to us through our songs. Interestingly, today also marks the first day of Advent, when we begin to realize Christmas is just around the corner. Tonight, God had so willed that He inspired the creation of these music to serve as our mirror, as the mirror of our meanings, a reflection of our experiences. We have collectively suffered this year. We can name a lot of reasons to feel very bad about this year. COVID, the Taal eruption, the tropical depressions, storms, typhoons Ophel, Pepito, Quinta, Rolly, Tonyo, Ulysses. Our socio-political differences. And all these are on top of many other concerns that we battle with individually and collectively, that we think everything seems so dark. But in the midst of this darkness that covered the earth, there seem to be glimmers, some things that shine. We have become more concerned about our neighbors. We have been made to see those that are truly valuable for us. Family, health, love, God. Despite the physical distance, we may say that we have also seen how intimately connected we are with one another. We suffer, yes, but we suffer collectively. We suffer together. And in all these, amidst the desperation and distress of the times, there is that voice that assures us things will turn around for the good. The night will soon be over, and a new day shall soon break. We listen to that voice, and we let others hear that voice. Through it, we endure. This is hope, to believe that God has not abandoned us, that He loves us, that He will deliver us. And in this hope, we are also reminded that God admonishes us to learn to love our neighbors and to love Him especially in the most difficult times. Have faith, cling on to hope, and in all things, love.
Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Good morning, America. And to Europe, bonjour, buenos dias, guten tag, and from Italy, buongiorno. Hi, Alfred. Hi, Pearl.
Mabuhay, Ate Candy! Mabuhay kay Alfred!
It's our 5th day right now.
Yes, fifth na! Almost there! 2 more to go! Yes! Tonight is another special evening as the Madz Et Virtual Choral Festival is proud to announce its roster of 6 to 7 amazing and talented choirs, old and new, with their conductors. At dahil magpapasko na, isa-isa pong nagsusulputan ng mga sorpresa. We will be welcoming a new member of the Et al. Family this December. So you better watch out. You better not cry. You better joke. So watch out for that. Last week, we have featured the most number of new works for the entire festival. We had 7 beautiful songs premiered. So out of the 34 new works, we have already shared a total of 20 new works to our dear viewers, and 14 more are coming out very soon. Tonight, 5 out of the 9 choirs performing will showcase works that are specially made for the festival. So stay with us and be awed and inspired as we transport you to an evening of musical feast.
So tonight, our show will be opened by one of our very, very passionate conductors. Last week, she brought a new choir, a group of very strong and passionate women, mothers, career women, business women, the Nightingales. And tonight, she's bringing to the show a group of younger singers, children and youth, who are just as passionate and just as enthusiastic as their wonderful conductor, na kumare ni Pearl dahil syempre ang anak niya ay inaanak ni Pearl. So here is the kids who make up the Shrine of Jesus Children and Youth Choir.
My name is Denise Vizcara.
My name is Shana Evangelista.
My name is Aliona Murata, a member of the Shrine of Jesus Children and Youth Choir. I have been part of the Madz Et Choral Festivals since 2009.
It is my first time to join the Madz Et Al, and I am very excited to be a part of this event.
We miss singing, especially during the Holy Masses at Shrine of Jesus, the Way, the Truth, and the Life in Pasay City.
The quarantine forced us to just stay at home. But Ate M, our conductor, continued to develop our singing skills through online rehearsals.
It is a great honor for us to join the first ever Madz Et Al Virtual Choral Festival. We are happy to share the music we have worked on the past months.
The song that we will perform tonight is commissioned by our conductor for the Madz Et Al 2020 Virtual Choral Festival. For this, we requested our friend, young composer Kuya Alshamir Brian Aripudin, whose songs the choir has sung for the previous Madz Et Al festivals.
We are premiering the new work he especially wrote for us. He wrote the song all the way from Davao, where he is currently based.
The song Awitin Mo incorporates ethnic and modern feels with translations of the title in different local languages.
It gives a message of hope, of love, and of peace. And that, whatever the situation is, we should keep on singing and let our voices be heard.
Kanta M, muno ay a, kumalang kita nyo.
Mangantata, kanta kita, awitin mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the premiere of Awitin Mo by Alshamir Brian Aripudin, sung by us, the Shrine of Jesus Children and Youth Choir, with our conductor, Miss Mary Louise Macanaya Alcantara. Awitin mo na parang ikaw ay walang pangamba. Awitin mo lang masigla, na di mo'y liwanag ang iyong dala. Kantaan mo ay kung malangkitan niyo. Makantata, kanta kita. Awitin mo, awitin ang musika ng pag-asa. Ikaw at ako'y hilupin ang mundo, sabay-sabay sa pag-awit ng paghilom. Walang ibang hangad, kundi ang pag-unlad ng bawat isa at iba't ibang bansa. Kantaan mo ay kung malangkitan niyo. Makantata, kanta kita. Awitin mo, awitin ang musika ng pag-asa. Awitin mo sa isang mundong bumubulong. Awitin mo ang panalangin, balang araw uusbong ang mundo sa lahat ng ito. Kantaan mo ay kantaan mo ay kantaan mo ay kantaan mo ay awitin mo ang musika ng pagmamahal. Awitin mo.
Nothing beats the innocence and pureness of children singing. Listening to their angelic voices and looking at their faces give you that bright glimpse of hope. Their expression of the song is heartfelt and moving. Iba talaga ang bata pag umaawit, no? May haplo sa heart. Thank you, Shrine of Jesus Children and Youth Choir, Miss M. Macanaya Alcantara, and composer Alshamir Aripudin for this beautiful, inspiring, and heartwarming song.
Galing, M. As I mentioned a few shows ago, dito sa Madz or Madz Et Al, all the conductors magkakilala, magkakaibigan, magka-batchmates, and a lot of them have not really seen each other for a very long time. So the Madz Et Al is a perfect opportunity to reunite and to make the connection once more. So what better way to introduce our next conductor with her choir than by asking her very good kumare and batchmate, tourmate. Pag nag-tour kasi ang daming pinagdadaanan together. Interestingly, they both live in the same city, which is Metro Manila, and according to them, matagal na daw sila nagkita. So buti na lang may Madz Et Al, they see each other. So here is our...
Not only conductor, but she's also a fashion consultant,
Ay, oo.
a makeup counselor. Ano pa ba?
Mentor din, Ate Kens.
Eating buddy, and the other half of my favorite love team in the Madz. So here is the vivacious Anna to introduce our next conductor and her choir.
Hi, I am here to introduce to you this glamorous woman na reyna ng maraming choirs. I first met this woman 2000 nung pumasok siya sa Madz and nakasama namin siya sa European tour namin. Cool! You will never recognize the woman that she is now from noon. Napaka-conservative niya noon. Hindi pa yata siya marunong mag-pluck ng kilay. Tapos yung pananamit niya, hindi namin talaga gusto. At saka yung mga color combinations niya. Kaya, nag-usap kami ni Yeyen. Yeyen, by the way, is Jane Diaz, as we fondly call her. So, nag-usap kami ni Yeyen. Sabi ko, Yeyen, halika nga. Gawin nating project itong babaeng to. So, kinausap namin siya. Sabi namin, Mare, di ba may pera ka naman? Amin na niya yan. Sabi namin, pamimilihan ka namin ng damit. Kami mamimili ha. Tapos, itapon mo lahat yung dala mo. So, ayun. Sama-sama kami na pinasyal namin lahat ng street markets ng Italy at ayun, nag-shopping kami at sumunod siya sa amin. And from then on, ala ka, tinalbugan pa kami. Hindi mo yan mahuhuli ngayon na hindi sexy ang kanyang damit. Itong girl na to, madalas din kami magkasama sa Madz Et outreach noon. Dinadala kami ni OA all over the Philippines to teach choirs. Kasi napakagaling niya. She is one of the best Madz conductors that I know. Napakasinop niya maglinis ng choirs. This woman is none other than Sharon Abesanis, na conductor ng, nako, I cannot name anymore sa sobrang dami. In fact, I don't know where she is now. Asang lupalop ka na ba, Shawi? Hindi mo ba kami namimiss? Mga musta ka naman, namimiss ka na namin. And so here's the next performer. It's Coro Cantabile with their sexy conductor, Sharon Abesanis, singing You Are My King and Because He Lives, arranged by AJ Villanueva.
You because He lives, because He lives, I can face tomorrow, because He lives, all fear is gone, because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. And life is worth the living just because He lives. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit lives within me. Because you died and rose
Thank you to Coro Cantabile and thank you to Sharon Abesamis. Your performance was just simply riveting. Paulit-ulit sa tenga ko at sa puso ko yung amazing love, amazing love, amazing love. If there's one thing that I will carry from this performance is that the words of wonder, amazing love. And also the promise of life and love is as clear as the beautiful sky that you have in your video. Very, very uplifting. Thank you for gracing us and blessing us with this beautiful message.
Aside from the grace and blessings that we have received through our choristers and choirs, we also have received so many beautiful messages from our viewers who sent thousands of messages saying they were so loved by the way Madz Et has been presented and they never got bored with it. They did not even notice the times passed.
Oo, hindi na malayo ng oras. Kasi iba naman, na-overwhelmed sa puti song. Kasi nakikita nila, ang daming, una, konti lang kumakanta, and then padami ng padami. Tapos ayun na, parang hundreds of singers singing together. So parang nakaka-emote daw. Ang ganda-ganda ng feeling. Iba naman, parang reunion of sorts daw. Kasi nga, before, dahil sa pandemic, hindi sila nagkakita, nagka-rehearse and all. Pero dahil sa virtual choral festival, yun, nagkaroon sila ng chance to sing together. So,
Yeah.
Please send us your comments. We're open to your suggestions, recommendations, etc. to help us make our festival more enjoyable, interesting, inspiring, informative, and fun.
And conductors from the previous weeks have also sent us some messages which we'd like to share with you.
For the past 3 weeks, the Madz Et Festival is a testimony that music and friendship are wellsprings of healing. Listening and watching to the different choirs for the past weeks made me realize that music is indeed celebratory, that music is a source of resilience, and that music binds people who otherwise are separated by the pandemic. And this is the very reason why we, the Coro Music Ministry, since 2007, never missed performing in all the festivals.
I really like it. Ang ganda.
Yeah.
Sobrang ganda.
Siyempre, sobrang ganda. For me, okay, in my personal experience with the Madz Et Festival, kakaiba siya.
Ako may parang, parang siyang reunion for the adult choirs na nakahiwalay nasa iba't ibang parts sa mundo. We got to sing together and perform again together through this program na virtual, na Madz Et.
True. Wonderful experience.
Hello everyone. I was also part of the Madz Et al. Team during our time enjoying every concert moment with Miss Pearl Reyes and the Et al. Choirs. Before joining the Madz, I was a member of the Philippine Male Singers under the tutelage of one of the most sought-after arranger, Mr. Robert Delgado. Lola, as we fondly call him, is a very dedicated mentor and a world-class artist. He created numerous timeless arrangements for the Philippine madrigal singers that until today are still part of the standard repertoire not only for the Mads, but choirs all over the world. It is indeed hard for me to believe that a great achiever such as Lola has always been a very, very dear friend of mine since we met more than 20 years ago. We share a lot of things in common, but aside from music, both of us would always know where would be the best place to satisfy our cravings, our food cravings. This next virtual performance will definitely satisfy your musical palate. This group traces its roots from the award-winning San Beda College Choral in the early 2000s, already then being conducted by Lola Robert. The group continued to evolve over the years and won several international choir competitions until 2006, where the group decided to change its name to Philippine Male Singers. This debut performance of Alleluia by Robert Delgado was supposed to be premiered in Manado, Indonesia to help the emerging male choir groups and audiences back in 2010. However, it did not push through and that this piece was set aside since then. Not only that this performance is purely original music, but a multimedia project incorporated with ambient sounds and stunning visuals depicting the message and interpretation of the song. A collaboration project with Pro.Pro, directed by the multi-awarded director Ronnie Bertubin. Ladies and gentlemen, allow us to bring you the Philippine Male Singers with the world premiere of Alleluia, composed and arranged by a fellow Mads alumnus and a dear friend, Robert M. Delgado.
Wow, from a very naive, was he a teenager, then a young person, to now a Lola to everybody. Robert Delgado is a very good friend of mine that's really reached out everything to put up this ode of joy to God for all the creatures he has created. And he also sent through this song, like what we should do in return. Use all our senses, our eyes, our ears, our mouth, our heart to share this, to share why we were created here to others. So this is a very nice song, very beautiful song sung by a new friends of mine from the Philippine male singers. Thank you very much for this reminder, an ode to the Lord our Creator. Ganda, no?
Congrats, BQ. Ang ganda.
Jet Torres, who introduced this performance, also sings with the choir of Robert Delgado. Is an example of life coming full circle. Nag-umpisa po siya bago siya naging Madz. Nag-umpisa siya as an et al. Tapos naging Madz. Tapos now he's a conductor in his own right and brings back to the et al. His own choir. So truly, it's a circle of life in the choral world.
Hindi lang conductor. Ano na siya? He has his own streamlined show. Marami.
Jet Torres brings to the Madz his own brand of entertainment and laughter. So before we go on, I think we should spend this time to sort of like pause for a little while and laugh for ourselves, at ourselves. Laughter is the ice cream for the soul. So let's have a little bit of ice cream now as we listen to a commentary as well as some words of advice from Queen Corona. Huwag sana matamaan, pero sundin na rin ang suggestion ni Queen Corona.
Presenting Her Royal Highness Queen Corona of Oriana.
Hello! As promised by your queen, I will teach you how to become a royalty episode after episode. We will continue on with tips to behave like a royalty during your choir performance. It is my royal decree that all choir members and conductors need to observe proper hygiene, most especially during these times. As singers, you make use of your mouth every quite so often, so please, needless to say, that you have to brush your teeth before your performance. Your health is my concern, and so as your other choir mates that might fall ill if you fail to observe proper hygiene. More tips shall be imparted by your queen in the next episodes. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Adieu!
Mabuhay Madz Et family! Ako pa si Rica Golden coming to you from Houston, Texas. Dati po akong umawit with the Madz noong mga taong 1997 hanggang 1999. Isa rin po ako sa mga aawit na naipahiram ni Ma'am O.A. Veneracion upang umawit kasama ng Bayanihan Philippine National Folk Dance Company. Naging close po kami ni Riva simula nung naging magkaklase kami sa mga theory classes sa UP Diliman. Noon pa man napakahusay na talaga ng musikero ni Riva at napakatalas talaga ng tenga niya. Isa sa pinakapaborito niyang gawain ay ang sifrahin ang mga tugtugay na arrangements ni Sir Ryan Cayabyab. Kaya naman nung nagkaroon kami ng project with my fellow alumni Bayanihan singers to sing a Cayabyab song, siya kaagad ang unang-una naming naisip na i-request upang mag-areglo ng project. At napakaganda talaga ng kanyang mga areglo. Ang awiting ito ay nanalo ng first prize sa STJ at 500 Musika with Song Composition Contest noong taong 2015. Mga kaibigan, please welcome Voices of Peace International Choir to sing Tanging Diyos Lamang ang Walang Kupas, Titik Hango sa Panalangin ni Santa Teresa de Avila, musika ni Binibining Riva Ann Singson.
Sa tiyaga matatamo ang lahat kapag nasa'yo ang may kapal. Di na mangangailangan, di na mangangailangan, sapat na ang Diyos sa iyong buhay. Huwag kang mabalisa, huwag kang magamba. Lahat ay lumilipas, tanging Diyos lang ang walang kupas. Huwag kang mabalisa, huwag kang mangamba. Lahat ay lumilipas, tanging Diyos lang ang walang kupas. Di na mangangailangan, di na mangangailangan, sapat na ang Diyos sa iyong buhay. Huwag kang mabalisa, huwag kang mangamba, huwag kang mangamba. Lahat ay lumilipas, tanging Diyos lang ang walang kupas. Huwag kang mabalisa, huwag kang mangamba. Lahat ay lumilipas, tanging Diyos lang ang walang kupas.
The sincerity of the song's lines gives so much heart to its melody. This award-winning composition of Miss Riva Ansingson assures and comforts. Huwag kang mabalisa, huwag kang mangamba. These are the words that we need to hear to give us courage and to help us face our challenges ahead. Thank you, Ms. Riva Ansingson, and to the Voices of Peace International for this beautiful message of hope.
After listening to the Voices of Peace, we are now going to listen to the voice of Plan W. What is Plan W? In 2015, the Philippine Madrigal Singers partnered with the Agio Philippines under Attorney Jun Manuel to create a scholarship for women conductors from all over the Philippines. So there were 33 women from all provinces of the Philippines who came, not just for a 1-week training program on everything from vocal production, choral technique, interpretation, choral management, but they also were given one-on-one, hands-on coaching with their choirs. Interestingly, as one of their culminating activities, they came together to perform as a women's choir and they made a CD. And more interesting is that they created their own music to perform during the closing concert after just being together for 1 week. So these ladies from all over the Philippines, taking advantage of the virtual technology brought about by this pandemic, are at it once more. They have come together to bring us their message.
Women power.
Go, go, go.
This song is written by one of their own, text by Judith De Vera, and music by Ria Yoro, who is going to chat with Enrico Lagasca in the following segment, Enriconnect.
In the roaring Catholic school, in the silence of my lonely room.
Hi, Ria. Good evening. It's so wonderful to meet you virtually finally, and thank you for saying yes tonight to be my guest.
Thank you as well for inviting.
Very much looking forward. Very, very excited actually to hear your piece tonight. And I understand this is a world premiere. Tama ba?
First time po, yes.
That's great. And Awit ng Pag-asa.
Okay, Awit ng Pag-asa was written by Ate Judith De Vera. So right now, she was inspired by the pandemic because she said that she wanted to write something that could help inspire those who could read or listen to the song. Realize that there is hope. So she made the song, she made the poetry Awit ng Pag-asa. Then for the music is also inspired somehow by introducing hope for the dynamics and such until for the very end, there is really hope and conviction that that day is right now. So
Can you just tell me a little bit something about the group?
the Voices of Plan W are the scholars of the Philippine Madrigal Singers, and it was a joint project of the Madz and Diageo. For the Plan W Sing Philippines, their advocacy was to have a multiplying effect. So after their program, they wished or they wanted us to extend more of this music to the whole Philippines and to our choirs and students.
Thank you so much, Ria, for your time, for joining me, for joining us. And congratulations in advance on this world premiere.
Thank you so much.
Music by Ria Yoro, text by Judith De Vera, the voices of Plan W led by choirmaster Mark Anthony Carpio in a world premiere of Awit ng Pag-asa.
wonderful, the ladies of Plan W. I miss you all. I remember being with you 5 years ago, and it's just like parang kahapon lamang na magkasama tayo. And you bring back the same energy, the same passion, the same creativity, the same enthusiasm. Parang ang saya-saya lang talaga ng pagkanta. And to think that you are coming from all over the Philippines. Truly, distance does not mean anything when our hearts are united by song.
May I add pala that Plan W is one of the many choirs that is being mentored by Sir Mark. Grabe ka naman, Sir Mark. Sobrang committed mo. You are mentoring a lot of groups and individual singers. Meron ka ng online choral leadership program under the NCCA where you reach out and teach conductors without formal training ito from the different provinces of the Philippines. Tapos, you have online one-on-one conducting lessons aside from the group lessons and on top of taking care of the Mads. So, talagang sineryoso mo yung pag-build ng choirs all over the Philippines, ha? Matutuwa naman si Oy kasi pangarap niya yan. Magkaroon tayo ng Sing Philippines. So, mas dumami pa ngayong pandemic ang ginagawa mo kaysa kumonte.
Truly, the pandemic is not an excuse to stop spreading the good news, but rather the pandemic is an opportunity and the inspiration to continue doing the good work. Sana we are all inspired and motivated by this example, Mr. Mar.
As we continue to bring you joy with all these performances of our et al. Choirs, we would like also to bring joy to the needy, the poor, and those especially who have been devastated by the typhoons in the past weeks or months. As usual, we would like to ask you to share a little piece of your heart at least to send donations through the Tanging Yaman Foundation, which is directed by Father Manolin Francisco.
Congratulations to Sir Mark and Philippine Madrigal Singers on your online concert series, Madz Et al. 2020. And thank you for partnering with Tanging Yaman Foundation as we continue to help our brothers and sisters ravaged by the onslaught of typhoons, especially Super Typhoon Rolly and Typhoon Ulysses. And for the past weeks, with the aid of the military, the Navy, the Philippine Air Force, and private companies, and together with the Ateneo Dream Team and Simbahang Lingkod ng Bayan, Tanging Yaman Foundation has been sending thousands of relief packs up north to Cagayan, Aurora, Isabela, down south to Camsur, Albay, and Catanduanes. Salamat sa inyong pagmamalasakit sa ating mga kababayan na nangangailangan nitong Kapaskuhan. May God bless and protect us all. Good day to everyone.
We invite you to send your donations in cash or in kind to the Tanging Yaman Foundation. Drop-off for relief items is at the Ateneo de Manila University LS Covered Courts. Cash donations may be sent to accounts shown on your screen.
The Madz Et al. Festival Committee does not actually influence or give directions to the choirs about the songs that they will sing or the songs that they will choose for this festival. Despite the freedom to choose whatever they want to sing, it seems nagkakaisang dibdib at nagkakaisang isip ang lahat-lahat ng choirs because given the freedom that they can sing anything, parang nagko-converge lahat ng messages, nagko-converge lahat ng mensahe, nagko-converge lahat ng nasa puso at damdamin ng lahat ng choirs and conductors. So here are messages from our choristers about what they want to tell you, what they want to share with you through the songs that they have chosen and their thoughts for this festival.
After hearing the messages of the choristers, we invited this someone particularly because he is so dear to this conductor's heart.
This special person, inaanak din ni Pearl. Siyempre, the Ninang edition continues on. Handa ka na ba sa iyong aginaldo?
Oh no. Kinakabahan na ako, Ate Ken.
Nakahipon ka na ba?
Hindi ko inakalang aking mararanasan ang matinding takot at kalungkutan, dulot ng kalabang hindi mo naman nakikita. Subalit sa kabila ng aking paghihirap, ay patuloy pa rin akong nangangarap na sa kabila ng dilim ay magliliwanag. Ang araw ng pag-asa ay mararamdaman at makakamtan.
Huwag kang mabalisa, huwag kang mangamba. Lahat ay lumilipas. Tanging Diyos lang ang walang pupas.
Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it.
May bagong umagang parating. Gaano man kabigat ang dinadala, gaano man ang hirap na nadarama, walang pagsubok ang hindi nalalampasan. Ang bawat tao ay may patutunguhan. Bawat problema ay may katiyakan.
Never does the human soul appear so strong as when it forgoes revenge and dares to pardon an injury.
Love and do what you will. If you keep silent by love. If you speak, speak by love. If you correct, correct by love. If you pardon, pardon by love. Let love be rooted in you, and from that root, nothing but good can grow.
Awitin mo kahit tinig mo ay kay munti. Awitin mo na para bang ikay walang pangamba. Awitin mo na ang panalangin na balang araw, uusbong ang mundo sa lahat ng ito. Awitin mo.
Hi, I am Paulo Nicolo Abeleda Piquero, son of Ana Tabita Abeleda Piquero and Jong Piquero. I am a former member of the Hail Mary the Queen Children's Choir from 2015 to 2018. My mother motivated me to join the choir, which brought me many opportunities, especially to travel around the world and sing in front of a huge audience. My mother taught me many things, especially being disciplined in everything that I do, such as practicing my choir pieces, studying, and in life, especially kapag gumagala ako kasama ang aking mga kaibigan. She made me realize a lot of things, which helped me become who I am today. Si Mama, very clingy yan in terms of spending time with her family. Kasi syempre, we can only spend time once or twice a week because of her busyness kakamix ng audio tracks ng choir niya and planning on how she wants it to be presented in front of the whole world. We can all see na sobrang committed and passionate niya sa mga ginagawa niya, both family and making music. Nakaka-amaze para sa akin kasi she has the ability to balance her work and the time she spends with our family. Every night, pag lumalabas ako sa kwarto, I can see my mother teaching her students or her choir and mixing audio tracks most of the time. Minsan din, nagigising ako ng mga bandang 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and I can still see that the light is still open, which means my mother is still working outside, finishing the audio tracks. I realized that she was determined to work hard to achieve perfection in all that she does. This is what separates her from other conductors. This is what makes her the best conductor in the whole universe. The next performer, Koro E-Lustrado, is an all-male choir handled by my mom and dad since 2009. They will be performing Purihin si Yahweh by Sonder Choi. So without further ado, let us welcome Koro E-Lustrado with Ana Tabita Abeleda Piquero, musical director.
Puri, 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 purihin, puri, 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 purihin, puri, purihin, puri, puri, sigaure, 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 sigaure. Puri, purihin, puri, 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 sa Diyos ay awitan. Purihin sa langit ang lakas na taglay. Puri, siya ay purihin sa kanyang ginawa. Siya ay purihin sapagkat dakila. Purihin sa tugtog ng mga trompeta. Purihin, awitan sa saliw ng alma at lira. Sa tugtog ng tambol, magsayaw at purihin. Mga alpa at lauta, lahat ay tugtugin. Ang Diyos ay purihin sa tugtog ng simbalo. Sa lakas ng tugtog, siya'y papurihan. Purihin si Yahweh. Purihin si Yahweh. Purihin si Yahweh. Sa langit ang lakas na taglay. Ang lakas na taglay. Ang lakas na taglay.
Praise, praise, praise the Lord. And in Tagalog, it's Purihin si Yahweh. This sounded like a mantra to me because all they said in most of the melodies was purihin si Yahweh, purihin, puri, 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 puri. So really you get into that feeling of you have to praise the Lord. Not only praise the Lord, not because he is the Lord, but because of all what he has done. For your information, Yahweh was not the Lord before, the Lord that we know, but he was a national god of the Judaic and Sumerian regions. But now, after a long, long time, after the Babylonian captivity, Yahweh now is considered the Lord, our creator of the cosmos, the one true God of all the world.
Oh, galing nun, Ate Candy. Thank you. Hindi ko alam yon. Now I know.
Very creative, Anna, as always. Very creative.
And
very,
Sonder.
very engaging.
Yes.
And Sonder,
Sonder
bravo.
as well. Oo.
Bravi, bravi.
Anna and Sonder, different perspective, different view of the world. A refreshing view of the world.
We asked this person to introduce this conductor kasi sa pagkakatanda ko, talagang super good friends sila. So in the great tradition of the Madz Et al. Being a reunion, heto na po silang dalawa.
Hello, everyone. Kuya Marvin. I can say that he is the big brother I never had. Naalala ko pa nga na nag-start ako sa Madz. Talagang very maalaga siya sa mga trainees. Talagang he makes sure na nagpa-practice ka, nag-aaral ka ng nota. Naalala ko very fatherly, brotherly na rin. Masaya siyang kasama. Masaya siyang kasama sa kainan, sa shoppingan, sa tawanan, everything. Nakakatuwa siya. Saka kasama ko siya naging costume custodian sa Madz. So, lagi kami magkasama niyan talking about stuff, for costumes and everything, the time that I was there. Pero one thing that I clearly remember was he was the one actually na nag-push sa akin, to really get to know my husband now, si Juan. Because that time, ang sabi niya lang sa akin, Jackie, malay mo siya na yun. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, kuya, he's a stranger. Ganyan. Hindi. Parang nafe-feel niya kasi if that guy would take care of me. So, him being my kuya, talagang may trust ako. So, long story short, Juan is my husband now and God used Kuya Marvin as an instrument na ma-meet ko ang aking love of my life. Napakarami memories with Kuya Marvin. Pero all are really good memories. Kaya sobrang thankful ako to know him. And about his choir, the name of his choir is the Voice of Friendship Singers, a Filipino-American choral group based in Queens, New York, with a mission to serve God, inspire others, and reach out to those in need through music. Narinig niyo si Grace. Inanak niya yan. Anyway, so yeah, this is his choir, and he's doing his very best to teach them. So yes, I present to you Marvin Gayatgay and the Voice of Friendship Singers from Queens, New York.
This song has never failed to touch my heart. The choir's beautiful rendition of the song, composed by Madz alumnus Eileen Matthew Maniano, is truly wonderful. It was sung in a church as a way of tribute and to show gratitude to our Creator. It captured that inexplicable moment of reverence and love we feel when we pray. Nakakagaan talaga ng pakiramdam. Thank you very much, Mr. Marvin Gayat-Gay, a Madz alumnus, and to the Voice of Friendship Singers for this very touching rendition of the song.
And you've heard Ailey as a composer in that song that Voices of Friendship just sang. Now we are going to hear Ailey introduce his very good friend who is performing next.
Wait, Alfred. My voice is getting dry now, but we have to take a break. Let's take a break and take some of these very wonderful hints of warming up our voices from, of course, Coach Kat.
Sing Out Session!
Hi, welcome back to Sing Out Session Q&A with me, Coach Kat. Now, our fifth question for today comes from Roderick Justin Basan of Zamboanga City. How are you doing there? What are some easy warm-ups to do every day? Now, you can start with the arms stretched upward. Good stretch and side. Inhale and exhale around 5 to 10 times, getting deeper breaths every time. Next, you can do gentle lip bubbles or lip trills on one pitch. Make sure it's not too high or not too low. Also around 5 to 10 times or more, like so. And so on. And also, drink lots and lots of water as you go along. Now, this has been Sing Out Session Q&A, and stick around for more Madz et al.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ang susunod nating mga mangangawit ay ang Adventist University of the Philippines Mu Gamma Chi. Ang kanilang pangalan ay hango mula sa Greek alphabet na ang ibig sabihin ay MGC or Music Glee Club. Sila ay binubuo ng mga music majors na nagme-major ng iba't ibang instruments mula sa naturang universidad. Ang kanilang conductor ay isang taong malapit sa aking puso. Nagkasama kami sa dating choir na sinalihan ko dati at naman masasabi kong isang mahusay na musikero, dedikadong korista at manloloko. Maloloko kayo sa kanyang nakakatakot at bruskong panlabas na anyo. Ngunit hindi totoo iyan, huwag matakot, #fake news. Subalit datapwat bagkus bagamat siya ay isang mabait, maalalahanin at maasahan na kaibigan at butihing tatay sa kanyang anak at sa mga anak-anakan niya sa Coro. Si Sir Pot ay isa sa mga naging ka-close ko sa Madz at nakasama sa maraming spontaneous and momentous events in my life. So wag na nating patagalin pa, ating pakinggan ang Bagong Umaga, musika ni Mike Villegas at titik ni Bariang Barrios, inareglo ni Mr. Bojo Lihauco para sa AUP Mu Gamma Chi, Warlito Yalong Conductor.
Thank you.
Mr. Warlito Yalon and the choir Adventist University of the Philippines, MGC. Hindi ko ma-pronounce ang Greek words. That was so full of energy, the energy of hope, and the positive, super positive assurance that there is going to be a sunrise tomorrow. Napakaganda ng reassurance na may bagong umagong parating. Bawat problema ay may katiyakan na magkakaroon tayo ng solusyon. Really, the energy of hope. Thank you for giving us this energy of hope, this festival. Before we move to the final performer for tonight, we'll take a short stop because we want to share the results of last week's trivia quiz. Pearl, tell us more about the trivia quiz from last week.
Our question last week was name 3 choirs that participated for the first time in the Madz Et Al. Virtual Choral Festival. Pero sa ngayon ay we have 21 newcomers. O, di ba? 3 lang yung sasabihin nila. So, more chances of winning.
So here is the answer from last week's trivia quiz. Take a look.
The correct answer can be any 3 choirs from this list of 21 choirs joining the Madz Et Al. For the very first time. And here are our winners for last week's trivia quiz. Genesis Fabia, Ariadne Alcantara, and Mark Robles Salvador.
And the question for this week's trivia quiz is, and the instructions to submit your answers, please take a look.
Name the choir which comes from the farthest place away from Manila.
O, sali na kayong lahat. Join this. Wait a minute. Gusto ko mag-join pero, Pearl, ano yung prize?
Basta may prize. Parang saya ang Christmas. May prize. Parang ganito. Ganyan.
Ay, gusto ko malaman.
Siyempre may laman to.
Laman.
Eh, wag na ate. Secret na lang.
Curiosity kills the cat.
Wala talagang democracy sa choir. Dictatorship talaga. Sige na nga.
Sige na nga, dali. Labas mo na. Excited na ako.
I want.
I want.
Yay!
Ganda. Ayan. Model mo.
For our trivia quiz winners. Yay! Joint project ito ni Nico Villanueva and Jordan Brigala. Oh, all around ang ating mga kasama.
Okay, so please join the quiz. Send in your answers so that you get the chance to win the prize for this coming quiz. And now, this is the last number of our Madz Et Al. Virtual Festival for tonight. Joining me tonight is Von Lumarda, who was the immediate past conductor of the UP Los Baños Choral Ensemble from 2006 to 2018 before he turned over the baton to his successor, the current conductor, Roy Jean Suarez.
And of course, it's an honor for me to be here with the conductor of the UPLB Choral Ensemble from 1996 to 2001, Alfred John de Vera. With Alfred as conductor, the UPLB Choral Ensemble first joined the Madz Et Al. Festival, and it is also under his term that we were able to do our international choral festivals and tours, notable of which is the Tolosa International Choral Competition in 1998.
But it was really under Von's leadership that the UPLB Choral Ensemble really started to win in the competitions, notable of which was the NAMSIA National Music Competition for Young Artists and the Andrea O. Veneracion International Competition. And it was also under Von that for the first time in history, the UPLB Choral Ensemble started to win in international competitions in Indonesia, China, Germany, and Japan.
When I handed over the baton to Roy Jean in 2018, the UPLBC continued to triumph, winning top prizes in prestigious competitions in Singapore, the Netherlands, and Germany.
And the grand prize, or the champion among other champion choirs, at the first Asian Choral Grand Prix.
Their piece for tonight is Ilang Tinig Mula sa Ilang. In this time of pervasive miscommunication, misinformation, and culture of doubt, we, artists, singers, and individuals, must be like voices in the wilderness to speak truth and peace.
Tonight, the UPLB Choral Ensemble will premiere this new composition, Ilang Tinig Mula sa Ilang, written by young composer and member of the Madz, Nico Villanueva, with text by Madz alumnus Joey Vargas, who is incidentally also an alumnus of the UPLB Choral Ensemble.
Dear viewers, please welcome the University of the Philippines Los Baños Choral Ensemble with their conductor, Roy Jean Suarez.
Ilang mga tinig sisigaw sa ilang
Oh, this piece has been taken from the versions of Genesis and Saint John the Baptist in the Bible. There's a biblical story behind this. No, the one of Genesis was that when the Hebrews went to a plain field, they started to look up to reach God, so they started to build the Tower of Babel. And then after that, God was wondering why they were doing this, and so He went down and checked. And then He said, with just one language, they cannot try to do the impossible anymore because they're all connected. So He said, I'll break them into different languages. So all these men were spread around the world. Now we have all the different languages in the world. But there's a connection to this. St. John the Baptist has said that voices in the wilderness, they seek for only one thing, and that is peace and unity. So there's just the road to that. So this is what Joey Vargas wanted, I think, to mean with the text that he put into, what was put into music.
Very well said, Ate Candy. Ganda.
Thank you.
Though we speak different languages, we have different kinds of voices, we come from different choirs, and we have different tastes and preferences for what we want to sing and what we want to enjoy, we can all still come together as we will in this final song. So for us to be able to come together and sing together, we invite you, our viewers, to sing along, not just to listen to our choirs sing one song together, but for all of our viewers to join in. So we now like to invite you to our ensayo rehearsal that Jello de Amos, our Mad Sing Along segment producer, will take us through. And after that, we will be ready to sing together as one, despite our different voices, our different persuasions, our different backgrounds. So Jello, time for our rehearsal. Mad Sing Along.
Greetings! Welcome to Madz Sing Along. Thank you for joining us in tonight's Madz Et concert. Now once again, it's time to learn a part of our festival song, Our Voices Will Be Heard, which will be sung at the end of the program. We will be going over the middle section from measure 48 to 59. The section begins with the sopranos and the tenors singing the melody in unison, while the altos and the basses sing our favorite dat, dat, dat in the background, and then answering with Our Voices Will Be Heard. In the second line, everyone harmonizes on the words, with the tenors carrying the melody. Let's all listen to this.
Sometimes our hearts break and sometimes our souls ache, but know that we're never alone. Our voices will be heard. Sometimes our dreams take longer than we'll wait till one day we find our way home.
The last line of this part is sung to build up for the entering of the second chorus. This time, the melody is in the alto line, but we want that to come out really strong, so we ask the second sopranos to sing with them. The harmonizing tenors, as well as the basses and first sopranos who are vocalizing with ah, should be in the background. And then, everyone, let's give a convincing Our Voices in Time Will Be Heard. Let's swell that whole note with a crescendo and end this section with a big yeah on the next downbeat. Here it is. Let's all listen.
So keep on ahead, our voices in time will be heard. Yeah!
Okay, now let's listen to the Mads as they sing this entire section.
Sometimes our hearts break and sometimes our souls ache, but know that we're never alone. Our voices will be heard. Sometimes our dreams take longer than we'll wait till one day we find our way home. So keep on ahead, our voices in time will be heard. Yeah!
Now, let's all sing with the Mads. Sopranos and tenors enter on the downbeat, altos and basses enter with that on beat 2. Ready? Here we go.
Sometimes our hearts break and sometimes our souls break, but know that we're never alone. Our voices will be heard. Sometimes our dreams take longer than we'll wait till one day we find our way home. So keep on ahead, our voices in time will be heard. Yeah!
And that's the middle section of the piece. Thanks everyone. See you again in a bit for the singing of the festival song. Bye.
Now we're all ready to sing together. We hope you have your scores. If not, we hope you memorize them. But before we sing together, our voices will be heard. Pearl?
It's time to say thank you. Thank you to all our dearest et al. Choirs and conductors that participated tonight, our Madz alumni guests, our heartfelt thanks also to the video and audio editors of the et al. Choirs, and of course, our very own dito sa Madz et al. Festival at the Madz Music Studio, our team, Jordan Brigala, JC Paez Jose, Nico Villanueva, and of course, Clyde Pasaol. At wag natin kalilimutan si Mr. Robert Delgado for the vocal and instrumental arrangement of the Tutti song, Our Voices Will Be Heard.
All of us are speaking in just one language, and that is the language of music. Thank you very much to all. Special thanks to our partner, the Cultural Center of the Philippines. And most of all, with our hearts, we would like to thank the whole Madz family singing this language of music to everybody in the world. Thank you for your heart, for your care. Thank you.
Good night. See you next week.
Good night.
God bless everyone. Good night.
Look at all the places we have gone.
There was a time we used to live as one.
Look at all the things that we have learned. The way we rise, so we fall and burn.
Why do we say that we went off the path?
See, I'm where I am, 'cause of where I was at.
Let's keep ahead, and our voices will be heard. Our voices will be heard.
One day and first we live as one. We share the light, the heat from our own sun. Living is lost in a crowd. A village it takes and we will be found. Sometimes we hold back the things we want to say. But I've never lived just to And we'll see the change, the seed is in our palm. Together